Welcome to We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T. I'm Alicia J, and I'm here with Erica L. Ayala. And as you can see, she is in full holiday spirit, just like me. We are here for a special holiday edition of We Need to Talk Now. And I got to say, I love the antlers. Love them.
Thank you. I mean, I'm feeling the glasses or the gingerbread on the hat. What's going on?
You know what, actually? It's a surprise. So here we go. It's the debut of the lights.
Oh,
and they light up.
hey,
I'm lit for Christmas, like actually really lit.
hey,
Look, got this.
hey.
Boom,
See,
boom.
listen, this actually has a nose that matches, but is it extremely uncomfortable? You know, because I already have like a reindeer pudgy nose, so like it wasn't made for me. I was like, I need more space here, y'all.
I mean, you have a cute nose, Erica. Let's be clear.
Thank you. I mean,
have a
I
very
didn't say it
cute
wasn't
nose.
cute. I just know, you
And
know.
no, I just want to state facts, right? Cute nose, and I would have loved to see the nose for a minute, but if it's uncomfortable, we can't do all that.
Yeah, no.
Can't do all that.
We are.
But what we can do is talk a lot of sports. There's a lot of gifts to the world of sports going on right now, a lot of big things happening. And we're just going to kick this holiday edition off with three big things. And one is Texas A&M volleyball. They took home the natty, okay? 3 straight sets, Erica. I don't know if you guys watched it. I definitely did. My family and I, we all watched it. And it was amazing. You know, in the beginning, they were down, a little bit, but when they came back and they took control, it was curtains after that. And it was a fabulous, fabulous championship to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, and I did not ultimately pick them to win, but we did say that, you love a good underdog story. The fact that they had to get through all of the number ones to even get to the championship game, getting that championship in their first run at the title game is huge. And I mean, there's just a lot of really great storylines that are coming from this. You also have Casapala, who had the final kill and talked because it was like, I mean, you watched the game, Alicia, so I saw the replay, and that thing was very it was like end game night, like that was some hell of a kill. And she mentioned after the game that like she wanted to just end it, like, let's not play games. We know Kentucky is a good team. If we have a chance to get this final kill and take home the hardware, we're going to do it.
And her vertical, her power, she was so amazing to watch. And I was just thinking, even if I stood on a box, I couldn't get that high. You know what I'm saying? She was not playing any games, and neither was the rest of the team. We actually posted on We Need to Talk Social 5 things that you needed to know about that match because it was historic in so many ways. But not only did she have the winning kill, but she also has a teammate that I just wanted to point out too. Kendall Stowers had a phenomenal story. She was actually medically retired due to concussions, literally sitting on the couch last year watching this championship. And this year she was named the most outstanding player, as well as obviously winning a championship after she transferred to the Aggies. I mean, not only that, the coach actually took some years off, which is really hard in coaching to do. And he came back to win this championship with this team. There literally endless stories when it comes to this. It was the first time they've ever been to the Final Four, and they won the national championship, had to beat 3 number 1 seeds in a row to win it. Just phenomenal.
Amazing. And you mentioned Kindle. It reminds me of some of y'all know, of course, that I cover hockey, and Amanda Kessel, who is now a retired player, but she had her NCAA career kind of stalled out for a little bit because of concussions, and really a difficult time. She's talked a lot about that and didn't even know if she was going to be able to continue with Team USA or go on to be an Olympian and then a professional player. So concussions can be there's a wide range of symptoms and how people react and respond, not only to the initial concussion, but it's just like you truly never really know. some people's concussions are so bad that you can get back to the sport. So to get back, to commit, I would imagine that A&M fostered a good community where they were in communication about her health and also how that impacts and can drain you emotionally. And so to see it end like this, not everyone gets that fairy tale storybook ending, but that's a pretty good one, Alicia.
Pretty good one. They certainly got the ending that they really worked hard to deserve, and it was great to see. Now, going into the Christmas break, we have to talk women's college basketball. And there are some rankings that come out. I think by the time this is posted, the new AP rankings will come out as well. But we're going to talk about our top 3 picks going in to the Christmas break. Top 3 teams that we think are ranked 1, 2, and 3, obviously, going into the break. And then we actually want to challenge you. Yes, we're talking to all of you who are just locked in on every level, right? You're hitting that like button, you're subscribed, you're doing all the things. And we want you to comment on this as well and tell us who you think the 4th ranked team is going into the Christmas break. Erica, I'll start off with you. I feel like we're going to have something very similar. So go ahead and break down your top 3.
Okay, so I mean, you have to start with UConn. I got to
Period.
see them actually here I'm back home in New York City, so they played the women's champions classic once again. And what's wild is that at the half, Sarah Strong almost, because AZ Fudd got a shot towards the end of the second quarter, but Sarah Strong almost outscored not just Iowa at the half, but she almost outscored all of the rest of her teammates with how many points that she had in the first half. And then AZ Fudd did the exact opposite, or the exact same thing, I should say, in the second half. So the scoring power between those two alone is just phenomenal. So definitely going with UConn. I think you got it. Listen, I learned my lesson about not taking Texas, right? I learned my lesson. So I think you got to go Texas. I think
You
you got
already
to
know
go
how I feel,
Texas.
Erica.
I do. And listen, I done learned, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. This is a good Longhorns program. And then for 3, you've got South Carolina or UCLA probably there. LSU maybe also in the mix. I'm not going to say Michigan at 3. I just want to always give them some respect and some props. But for me, I'm probably going to go, this is where, you know what? I'm going to stick with what I've been saying. So I'm going to go actually UCLA here in my top 3. Just because I've been holding it down for the UCLA Bruins, so I better keep it. If I can only pick 3, and since we're going to give the 4 to our audience, I'm going to make sure that I make sure UCLA is up in there.
We agree on the first 2 for sure. Shout out to Jordan Lee. Just saying, she's balling. So if you and you already know, if you are a longtime listener or new, I love me some Jordan Lee. I actually have family ties to her. Let's just be clear. Babysat her when she was a little baby, so I'm always going to root for her. But she really is balling. So
there you go.
shout out to
You
Jordan Lee.
contributed to the greatness. That's amazing.
Yes. Very little. Very little. And UCLA, I will say I am glad to see Sienna Betts that, playing. I think she got 14 in her debut, which was really awesome. I don't know if you saw the clip. I had to talk about this, but somebody was commenting and compared her to Kia Nurse. And she thought they were comparing her to the Kia car and was very offended. I got a chuckle out of that one, y'all. It was very funny. Her sister obviously had to school her on that one.
Whoa.
Let's pump our brakes. But anyway, UCLA, I will give my props to UCLA big time. But if I'm looking at just like strength of schedule, also I believe that UCLA has lost one going in. When I look at all of these, I'm going South Carolina. Straight up.
I'm not mad at that. Like I said, I just got to hold it down for what I said earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, UCLA lost to they didn't they lost that game to Texas. That's what we were talking about earlier. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
no, I
didn't
get
I
it.
didn't wanna, like,
No, you're like,
rub
I'm
that
gonna
in,
rub it
but
in.
yeah, you
No,
know?
it's all good. No, it's all good. I think that South Carolina, we've talked about it so many times. You can't really count out a Dawn Staley team. Strength of schedule, very valid. I think at this time of year, also, it's about 12 games for all of these teams. And I was we have a story coming up over on .com, CBSSports.com, because I did ask Gino, like, what is the makeup of an undefeated team? And he was like, through 12 games. And I was like, I understand the clap back, but also it's a valid question, because if we look at the top teams that we've been talking about, Texas, I believe, had the first ever. Nobody talks about this in 80. I'm gonna get the year wrong, but it was almost 40 years ago or something like that. I think they had, if not the first, one of the first undefeated seasons, 85, 86, something like that. I think UConn has had 6. And of course, we know that South Carolina also is up there. So this is around the time where people start seeing what those teams are made of. And we know, and UCLA of all teams knows, that things can look different once you start getting into conference play, because it was
They sure do
USC
know.
who broke that streak for UCLA. Not only their winning streak, but of course their streak at number 1 in the overall power rankings. So it's an interesting time to do this. I'm gonna go with what I've said early on until we get a few more games under our belt.
No, I feel you on that completely. And, as much as I actually want to tell what my 4th pick would be going into this, we can't, because we
Oh,
want you to do it. So make sure that you comment with who you think is the number 4 ranked women's college basketball team going into the Christmas break. We want to see. I might just be in there in them comments,
mhm.
okay, talking to you about who I think it is. But put that down in the comments, and just go ahead and like right now. Smash the like button while you at it.
All the things.
Now, something that I definitely not even I like it, but I love it,
Mm,
is Sylvia Fowles. The Portland Fire announced that she's
come
an
on,
assistant coach. They
come
actually
on.
announced it officially today. There was kind of a soft release, but they announced it officially today under Alex Sarama and alongside assistant coach Brittany Donaldson. Obviously, Sylvia retired in 2022, with everything you could ever imagine having on your list, because she's a phenomenal, phenomenal player. She was also inducted as a first ballot nominee into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in June, and Naismith in September. Give her every single flower, okay? Because
All
she
of them.
deserves them all. And I know right now I'm sitting here in Portland, Oregon. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm super pumped that she is coming to the Pacific Northwest, but also just to the Portland Fire. It's an exciting team that is on the way, and she's going to do great things, Erica. I'm so excited about seeing Sylvia here.
Yeah, I know that I messaged you when I saw the news, as you said it had been reported before it was made officially official. And I know how you hold it down for Portland. And we've had so many conversations about Black women coaches in the WNBA, but also former players coaching in the WNBA, and what it takes, especially knowing that we're seeing a trend that NBA experience seems to matter in the last few hiring cycles. And so, I don't know if if Sylvia Fowles wants to eventually, continue on and be a head coach. I know she took some time, right, to even figure out if this was a path that she wanted. But Sweet Sill, that's the nickname that she prefers. Sweet Sill is just a fantastic basketball mind. I mean, again, all-time leading at the time of her retirement, right, was at the top, among the top 2 really, all-time rebounders, multiple time Olympian, obviously helped anchor those Minnesota squads to get some of the titles and championships that they have for overall for that franchise. And so to see her basketball mind, I think it will be really exciting, hopefully, to get to talk to her about her approach and her foray into coaching. What are the challenges? All of that stuff I find so fascinating and interesting. But having more former players in the pipeline is exciting. And because Sweet Sill is now a part of that Portland coaching staff, I do wonder if they'll round out and add another coach, because there is a stipulation circa roughly 2021 season where the WNBA, I believe it's the Board of Governors, passed, where if you have any former player on your roster on first seat, like first row bench, you can have up to 4 coaches instead of just 3. So I think that's going to be exciting as well.
Definitely exciting. Another thing that I thought was so interesting is that Cheryl Reeve had asked her to return to Minnesota as an assistant coach each of the past 3 years. And Sylvia said, when I first got out of the league and Minnesota was asking me to come back, I felt like I needed to play a place to debrief away from the game as a player. I always knew I would come back, but I just had so much that I wanted to teach the younger players. And once I got to the beginning of the year, the topic started coming up more about being a coach. And I wasn't sure of what that looked like or what that required. Well, now we know that it looks like you being an assistant for the Portland Fire, and we absolutely love to see it. And I also love, I mean, listen, she retired in 2022. It is 2025. Let her have some room to breathe and figure out what your life is like outside of being a player. I mean, I know that was hard for me just from college. And then also I worked in the NBA for 13 years and then came over to the CBS side. And that transition was hard for me, let alone playing all of those years and doing everything that she did to just, I mean, immediately become an assistant coach. I really love that she gave herself the time to kind of become and blossom into what she is doing right now.
Yeah, 100%. I think what's also interesting is that she spoke to, of course, Coach Reeve, but she also spoke to other people. And when she retired, one thing that we knew is that Sylvia wanted to be involved in Minnesota. She still has an affinity for that franchise. Now, as we have
Of
talked
course.
about before, she is one of the megastars of the WNBA that has ties to Chicago. But it didn't work out in Chicago, but she has continued to be involved in Minnesota. And so, again, I look forward to her sharing more of her story, because I think Minnesota, as you mentioned, Coach Reeve had asked her for all of the past few seasons. Minnesota would take her in a heartbeat. And I think there is also something to experiencing basketball outside of Minnesota Lynx culture. That's not all she experienced. Again, she was in Chicago, and that's where she won. She contributed to the winning culture. And so sometimes you have to cut your teeth in a new environment to see what you got, what translates, and what you have to learn anew. And so I like this move for Sil.
I absolutely love the move as well. Can't wait to see what the Portland Fire does, but also like what she does. But first, we got to get through the CBA, Erica. I mean,
Yes.
there is a lot of movement. Well, maybe not a lot of movement, but some things that are going on. Some things that are going on. And one in particular involved the word strike lately.
Mm.
And people were all in a tizzy once they heard that word. But how do they calm down? Like, to tell us what it's all about so that they can just, relax a little bit.
So honestly, we shouldn't be surprised by this news. This news is more of announcing a formality that had to happen than anything kind of newsworthy, because it's been over a year since the WNBPA, that is of course the union, the Players Association, they told us when they opted out of the most recent collective bargaining agreement that one of the things that they did before putting that to a vote was make sure the players knew that and to be prepared for a work stoppage, and also what that would entail. That was something that was a part of the conversation early. It's not that a strike is was at that time, or is now imminent, right? It's not that it's guaranteed it's happening, but it was always on the table. This most recent news is that the players, and it was 93% of players. I did reach out to the Players Association to kind of get a little bit more information on who are eligible players. Just for an example, like, if do you have to be on the team at the start of the year, but then what does that mean for players who are waived? Or if you were on a 7-day contract, did you also get to vote? Those are just details that I'm hoping we'll still get. I haven't heard from the Players Association on that yet, but we do know of the players that voted and who are eligible to vote, presumably, 93% participated and 98% voted in the affirmative to give the power to the executive committee to, as they continue with negotiations, to execute a strike if they feel that's what needs to happen. So it's really, again, a formality. The big group of players has empowered the player representatives on their behalf to utilize a strike as necessary, but that's not what they've done as of yet. Conversations and the negotiations continue, and we got to hear from players like Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart at Unrivaled saying, they hope that this is, again, just something that shows that the players have a goal in mind and that they're going to continue to fight for that. And a lot of that is tied to salaries, but also the revenue share. And we also heard Brianna Stewart say that it feels as though the players' side is often the group that has to compromise. The Players Association, the Players Association announced that they have voted, and the league responded in summary, again, kind of talking about how they feel that they have been negotiating in good faith, and that maybe some of the narrative that's coming from the Players Association and is out in the public, they feel is not fully representative of how the negotiations are going. But we also do hear that perhaps executives over on the NBA side or throughout NBA enterprises might also get involved. So that's kind of where things stand. Not a strike immediately. It just means that a strike is officially, formally something that the executive members who are part of the negotiation can authorize if and when they feel it's necessary.
Yeah, it was just basically, I mean, there's a lot of layers to it, but you're adding an option to what you're doing in negotiations, and you can do that if you want to. I think that's a good thing. I know that words like strike aren't something that the public generally like to hear. Nobody really wants any kind of strike or stoppage when it comes to the WNBA. However, what I do like to constantly see in these CBA negotiations is that the players, they're calm, cool, and collected. They know what they deserve and they know what they want. And they are constantly working towards getting that. And there's no stress, there's no tizzy, there's no nothing when it comes to them, because they are going to make sure that they get what they want and they deserve it. So that's one thing that I know I've been keeping my eye on, is just that constant, kind of like calmness of the players, just knowing that they have their end that they want to see and they're going to work towards it. So definitely going to keep us we're going to keep you all the way locked in on the CBA negotiations. I know Erica will, because she's always on top of this stuff and writing about it on cbssports.com. So make sure you tap in there too. But man, there's always something new, and we'll have it for you right here at We Need to Talk Now.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Sammy, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
We had to take a little break because that sun was not going to let Erica go. If you guys are watching, that sun was creeping in while she was talking. She kept moving, but it wouldn't let you go.
I was doing one of these, Lil' Kim style.
Well, listen, speaking of the sun, okay, we had a big kind of revelation. It wasn't really an announcement, but it was just kind of hey, this could be happening. And that's the Houston Rockets ownership. They're in talks with the Connecticut Sun over a purchase and relocation of the team, Erica. And listen to what I say, Houston, okay? And all of you know, the Houston Comets, the original franchise of the WNBA, they won the league's first 4 championships and disbanded after 2008. And so to see a team, I got excited when I heard this, Erica. To see a team go back to Houston would be amazing to me.
Yes, I think it would be. I also have to be honest with y'all. It might be an unpopular opinion, but that's never stopped me before. I am all for Houston getting a team again. And as someone who is very specifically a Cheryl Swoops fan, and so anytime they weren't playing New York, I was thus a Houston Comets fan. I really don't want them to be named the Comets.
Now, why?
Just like leave that legacy alone. Like they earned those 4 championships. And I feel like you bring back the Comets and then immediately that conversation, because, like maybe we just let the Houston Comets be what they were, you know what I'm saying? And not have to worry about adding more to the legacy. Because I do not see any team. I mean, Vegas is the one, and we talked about this. They've come the closest, but I'm just like, call them something else, y'all. Because it's a different franchise. That's how I feel.
It is a different franchise. I get it, because obviously they disbanded. But man, just the rich history of WNBA basketball in Houston, I just can't even see the team being named anything else because of their greatness.
I mean, but then you got to think it's not an expansion team. This would be in the news that we're talking about related to, again, the Connecticut Sun that was just following me over here. The Connecticut Sun has their own history. And so, I mean, whether you look at basketball to some extent, I know more of the hockey history, but how does that work? So you call them the Houston Comets. Their direct lineage is from the Connecticut Sun. So do you celebrate Houston Comets history and Connecticut Sun history? Do you just forget the Sun existed even though you're directly coming? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it gets a little funky.
Erica, I'm discombobulated now. I'm discombobulated. I don't know. I'm going to be thinking about this for probably the next, until we figure out if it's a team. I will be thinking about
answers, as Emma put it. But this is real. See, and this is where being a fan first, I'm like, listen, Houston, get you a W team. Connecticut, now there's another side of this. Connecticut, and we talked about, they've had offers to stay in New England. That's what the Mohegan tribe who own the team now, that's what they would prefer. I'm sure that's what the fan base would prefer. So there's like there's a lot of emotion that can happen here. But what I think we can say until we get some of these answers is that we know that Connecticut has been looking to sell, and the Mohegan tribe has said that they want to try and stay in Connecticut. That being said, Houston has been thrown around as an expansion city, perhaps, in the last several cycles. They were not named as one of the expansion cities leading up to 2030. But they've always thrown their hat in the mix. And then for some, perhaps the most important thing or wrinkle of this all is, listen, she was with Destiny's Child at the time, but Beyonce already performed at a WNBA All-Star. So I know some people are like, well, if you get a Houston team, is Bay going to be an owner? Is she going to roll up? Like, are we beyond her performing at halftimes? Probably. I don't know, but ownership could be cool. And then maybe, there you go. I'm going to give this to you for free, Houston. You get season ticket holders to have, I don't know, maybe she does a DJ set or something like that after a game. Skadoosh. There you go.
Skadoosh. Okay. Listen, I cannot see a Houston W team without her being one of the owners. Beyonce, do your thing. Do your thing. You can do it. Nobody's going to say no to Beyonce.
And then she's got to bring in, then you got to get some of the Houston the folks who helped Houston get those 4 championships, they have to be involved. 100% have to be involved. Now, I know Cheryl has maybe done some consulting, I believe, perhaps, or has been at some of the events, at minimum has been at some of the events for Portland. She has that Nike connection, of course, to Portland as well. But I mean, you gotta, either way, if they're called the Comets or not, you have to honor the 4-time champions, the only ones ever to do it 4 times in a row, let alone 3 times. No one's ever done it 3 times in a row. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. You bring the W back to Houston, you better get it right. That's all I'm saying. Like, you got to get it right.
I 1000% agree. And I know that the WNBA has previously indicated a strong interest in a return to Houston. So they seem to be on board with that too. So we got that going. But I have to go back to Beyonce, because you know who else should have ownership in this team? Blue.
Hey, I mean,
Blue.
I feel like that's a package deal at this point.
I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see it. But I mean, all of their children should have ownership in it. Let's go.
I'm saying,
let's go.
And then you got Beyonce. I think you got to get Simone Biles, right, involved. Is she involved?
Meg the Stallion. Meg the Stallion.
Okay, there
Megan.
we go. I mean, there's a lot that could happen. I'm feeling this, Black woman power structure that we just created for this non-existent return to Houston. But you know what? Hey, who says no? Who says no?
Nobody better say no to that. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Let's go. So, we're speaking that into existence.
Yeah, y'all got some work to do.
Yes. We're speaking that into existence in the new year. Shoot, even before the new year, we can make that deal. Let's go. Let's go. But speaking of the new year and holiday season that we're in, we're very festive right now. We're looking great, obviously, with our antlers, because we both got them. Okay. We need to give some gifts out. We need to give some gifts out, and we're going to give the gift to like a specific like team. You could do it to an athlete. You could do it to a sport, whatever the case may be. What gift are you giving and why?
Okay, I'm per usual calling an audible here, but I'm going to do one NCAA team and one WNBA team. All right, boom. Here we go. I'm going to start with NCAA. For Tennessee, I'm going to gift, I'm going to gift them the assuredness of getting to a point where they can identify who they are, they have an identity, and that they execute that identity. And here's why. Tennessee last year, again, I went to the Women's Champions Classic, second annual here in Brooklyn, and Tennessee put us on notice with how they wanted to play last year, beating Iowa, forced 30 turnovers. It was something even coming into this, the showcase that I talked about at CBSSports.com. The inconsistency, though, has really plagued them. And it's not so much about just this team or, under Coach Caldwell, but it's about the Lady Vols legacy. And, so many people want to see Tennessee in particular. We've talked about Duke before. We could talk about, so many different teams, even UCLA trying to knock on the door again in the NCAA era. But Tennessee, for a lot of people, is a team that they want to see do really well in the NCAA. So that's what I'm going to do. Get your identity together and then execute it flawlessly. And then, listen, I'm here in Brooklyn. I can literally see the Statue of Liberty over yonder. And so I have to talk about my New York squad. Listen, I want New York to be healthy because we talked about coaching. I think there are some variables there. But the window for the championship run it still exists, at least as of right now. But they have to be healthy. Assuming that they get a decent amount of their roster back, I want to see them come back healthy. And then hopefully all of the rest of the moves will take care of itself. I still have questions about coaching just and being able to keep up with all of the coaches that already have that chemistry with their coaching staff and with their team. But we need a healthy New York Liberty squad going into the next season.
What were your thoughts? I saw recently, since we're talking about the Liberty, that Chris DeMarco said something along the lines of he's going to read every book or everything on, I think it was the Liberty
Yes.
So what were your thoughts on that statement?
I found it interesting because, first of all, I was like, I talk about the New York Liberty on another platform, and I was like, how many books have been written about the New York Liberty? So first question was literally, how many books are there even, and what are they about? So that was interesting to go down that rabbit hole. But the second thing for me was, again, I see the New York Liberty being in a championship window, having a first-time head coach that is openly saying that they're going to not even have already read, but are going to read books about the franchise. I didn't love it because I just think that you're playing with fire. There's no reason that, assuming the New York Liberty are able to get back a decent amount of their roster, supremely Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. I would say Banai is like very close for, I could literally go down the list, but assuming that those folks want to come and try and run it back, now you're having someone that is doing this work while double dipping, at least I believe till the end of this month, with NBA responsibilities. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm gonna try and be kind and be graceful, because at least there was a commitment to learn. And I would like it if the learning was a little more accelerated at this particular point in time.
So Erica, you took the words out of my mouth, but also I just want to say this is not my official gift that I'm giving, because I have another one prepared. Okay. But I'm giving him the gift of preparation.
Come on, preparation.
Come on, preparation.
Wow, listen.
We've all had, I don't want to say audition, but we've had interviews for jobs. And before you go to the interview, you make sure you know all about the company, because you want to make sure that you're locked in, you know what you're talking about, you know the history of where you're going, etc. So for you to be hired and then say you got to read up on the team, suspect, bruh, suspect.
It was so interesting. And then it was also interesting to hear Jonathan Kolb say that one of the things that really set Coach Chris DeMarco, separated him from the pack as they got deeper into the different rounds, is his technical vision. So how do you have a technical vision for a team that you don't know? Maybe he just misspoke. And I think that's also a possibility, because he seemed to know them well enough to have technical plans, the team, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not loving it. Either it was a miscue, and maybe some, sharpening up the media training might be needed, or I'm gonna leave it there. But you had another gift. Let's go there.
Yes, let's go to the gift, and hopefully it was all misconstrued. Hopefully.
Maybe, but I like the preparation, preparedness. Let's go. All right.
Yes. On top of that, one thing that I definitely just want to get in here really quick, because I kind of threw that in there, and I'm sorry, but I had to. It was something that we had to talk about.
Listen.
So Renee Montgomery is on We Need to Talk. She's one of our hosts, but obviously she's a UConn champion, WNBA champion, WNBA owner, broadcaster, etc. All of the amazing things. One word she always uses on her social, when she talks and everything, is momentum. And that is what I want to gift all of women's sports and all of the women's athletes everywhere, is momentum. We've come such a long way. There's been so much change. So many people have received what they deserve, and it keeps climbing, right? But not everyone. And so I want to keep that momentum going, whether it be with the CBA talks, that historic deal that is, on the verge of happening. We're going to speak that into existence. I just want to make sure that this momentum keeps going, so that, this women's sports, so amazing on every level, gets the due that it deserves, but also continues to rise in the way that it should. And so my gift is momentum to the world of women's sports, for
Okay,
sure.
now I love this. I love this. That's right. It's
Absolutely.
not a moment. The movement is here, and that's all based on momentum. Look at that. Love it.
Absolutely. And we want to know what your gift to whatever you want it to be in the world of sports would be. So make sure you put that in the comments. But right now, we're going to go into our favorite segment of the week, and that is the guarantee of the week presented by AT&T. Now, Erica, 2025 was interesting.
Yep.
Very, very interesting. I'm using your word from the previous segment, interesting on every single level. And what we're going to do with our guarantee of the week this week is that we're going to guarantee what 2025 taught us
Ooh.
about life in sports. Like, what is our guarantee? What did sports teach us in 2025? And I'll let you take that guarantee.
Ooh, okay. Listen, after 2025, I feel like we can guarantee that women's sports and the players in particular are not only knowledgeable of, but active participants in and very protective of their ability to drive whatever league and conversation there is around women's sports. So right now, of course, we talked about the CBA negotiations in the WNBA, but the NWSL, who also in their last negotiations signed a historic collective bargaining agreement, is now exercising that by wanting to defend and support women getting paid. Trinity Rodman was provided a contract offer that the league actually dismissed and nullified. And so now there is a back and forth on how different organizations go about trying to keep stars in the league, because what we're seeing happen in the NWSL, and always has, is that star players get paid more and get very lucrative contracts internationally. And so they sometimes leave the NWSL, whether that's for the remainder of their playing career or, just for a time. So I'm guaranteeing that if y'all ain't know, you know now that women athletes are ready to know that they not only earn this, but they're going to protect it.
If you don't know, now you know. That's for sure. For sure. I would guarantee, love that guarantee, but I would also guarantee that it's never too late. I think sports has taught me that as I grow in, age and all of those things, there's a lot of things that I want to do. And I sometimes feel like maybe, the window has passed, or, I just don't really have the ability to do that. But I think that sports has shown me, most recently with Lindsey Vonn,
Okay.
that it is never too late to go after what you want. It's never too late to achieve that dream that you've always had and you just never thought you could. It's never too late to come back. It's never too late to start. I've been seeing that time and time again. We could even say from Texas A&M in Kendall Stowers, in what she was literally medically retired and came back and won a championship. So you could go down the line. There was story after story this year. And to me, the guarantee from the world of sports and what it has taught me is that it is never too late to achieve your dreams and goals, and just get out there and do it. And more also, yes, come on with the snaps, period. But it's definitely taught me that, inspired me in every single way. And I know for me, not only am I going to go after those things that have either been in motion for a long time or things that I never thought, even sitting right here with you is one of those things. This was told to me many times that it wouldn't happen,
Ooh,
Erica. So,
wow.
and I'm sitting here right now with you we're both doing something that we love, in sports, and it's just amazing. So
I love
it's
that.
never too late.
It's never too late. And I was like, keep it brief. We were like, we got a story to tell. So basically, to summarize, Alicia said, it's never too late. And in the grand words of Luther Vandross, it's also never too much to go get yours. Oh, come on.
Listen, I still don't know if it's this one or this one, but I'm doing both.
That's why I'm just like, you know what? We're going to keep it, accessible.
Accessible.
So, there you go.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, Erica, we know that we have those on lock. Those are guaranteed.
Love it.
But something that we have to blind rank right now and have a little fun with are holiday movies. Holiday movies. This one gonna be fun because I watch holiday movies, but to be honest, they're usually like the Hallmark kinds. So I hope I know the ones you about to throw at me.
I know. We were talking about this. I do the same thing. Like, I mean, I watch all of them. I watch them all. But like, yeah, like the big blockbuster ones, I had like a very specific period of time that I was locked in on those.
Yes.
So, we'll see.
Let's see. You want to start or you want me to start?
I can start. Okay. So I have 5 holiday movies for you to blind rank. Are you ready?
I think.
Okay. The first movie I am going to name, Elf.
Oh, shoot. You hit me with one of the classics from the beginning. Okay, I got it. Ooh. This is rough. I'm gonna go. I'm just, I hate to put it. I'm gonna put it second. Number 2.
Last Holiday.
Ooh. Let's go number 3.
Okay.
I gotta save room.
The Preacher's Wife.
Ooh. You didn't need to do that, Erica. Dang. Oh, I hate to do it, but I'm putting in number 4 because I just feel like it's a big one coming up. Dang, Preacher's Wife. Dang. Don't take my card. Go ahead.
You still got 2 more. This is crazy. Home Alone.
Oh. I have to put that at number 1. It's just iconic, dude. Like, it's iconic. I mean,
truly.
Dang, was Preacher's Wife. Ooh, I love y'all.
You got a tough one. Okay. And the last one is The Santa Claus.
I mean, that's number 5. It's going number 5 because that's all that's left. But I would have put Preacher's Wife a little bit higher. A lot bit higher.
Would you re-rack?
I would swap out 2 and what would I put it 4? I would swap it out.
Okay.
I got to put Preacher's Wife higher.
Oh gosh, I'm so nervous. I was like I saw the list and then like the activity though. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I was nervous for you.
I'm nervous. Listen, I hope y'all still love me. Also, rank. I want all y'all to rank. Both do the rankings of what we're blind ranking to. So we want to see 2 lists from you to see, how bad or good we did. I guess.
To adjust my lighting for this one. Although I should have made it darker because I'm gonna be like, oh, don't drag me for this.
Listen, I'm getting dragged for sure.
Okay.
So I guess we can get dragged together because
I guess.
All right.
Like,
what about?
We're gonna have some of the same. It's gonna be different lists. I don't even know.
It's different now. It's different now.
Whew. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna hit you with this one first. The Holiday.
Ooh. Okay. For me, I'm gonna go with 4.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
All right, for me. Oh, damn. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. I thought I knew, but wait a minute. Nah, 5.
I respect it. It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. 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 For me, it's got to go 3. There's more for me out there. So I got 1 and 2 still left, I think.
You do.
Whew. All right, here we go.
Almost Christmas.
Do I even?
I'll give you a hint. Danny Glover, Monique, Gabrielle Union.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess 2.
Okay. And you did this right because the last one is This Christmas.
All right, there we go.
Drop the Christmas holiday.
There we go. I feel pretty good about that list. I feel
You
pretty
did that.
good about that list.
You did that, Erica. You did.
I feel pretty good. It's a Wonderful
I
Life.
don't feel good.
Maybe it goes a little higher. Probably goes higher with the list that I was given. I was like, listen, if Miracle on 34th Street, either any version was on my list, I had to save room. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit of a, I do consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie. It's also a Halloween movie. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know which is the movie that I used to love? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Which one is that? I love that one. That one is.
You brought one back from. You brought one back from the archives because
they're looking for like this toy or something. Yeah, that one. Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually really funny. Like I think he's hilarious in movies.
Maybe in movies.
Well, I said movies.
Do you think that Love Actually is a Christmas movie?
Yes.
I do too. There's some people out there that will argue that it's not. And if you don't think so, argue in the comments because I want to see what your argument is. But it's a Christmas movie for sure.
Absolutely.
And I cry every time.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, Emma Watson. Or is that her name? No, Thompson. Sorry. There's a lot of Emmas. Emma Thompson ate that role up.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. And
y'all gotta let us know because now I'm like, I want to know. I want to like put some more out there. Like your list was hard. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, and I apologize to everybody involved, but
we gotta
Emma just asked what's the best Hallmark movie, and I would say all of them because they are quite literally all the same. They are quite literally all the same.
That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was like a Hallmark one that really stood out. There's one that stood out. It's super. I don't know if it's Hallmark, but there's a super specific, and I always forget the name of it. But it throws me because they really try to sell us that there's a certain train. I think she's trying to be on the 6, but she's above ground after we were like, come on now.
We all know what that train
don't even go. That train don't go upstairs until the Bronx. What you talking about? Like that is just like very specific. So I will tell you one that I really liked. I don't think it's Hallmark, but there's one where the woman who she's from Virgin River, but was also Endgame for Kevin in This Is Us.
Did it just come out?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it too. It was so good. She dressed up like Santa.
Yes, like Santa. Yes. And I was like, well, who says a woman can't play Santa Claus? You know what I'm saying? Like, who says no?
Great job. It was such a cute. It was so cute. And is it Tia or Tamira? One of them was in it too.
I believe it's Tia.
They dominate the Christmas movies, by the way.
100%. Maurice, Gretchen Wieners.
Listen, and I think that is
Party of 5.
I don't know how you can rap after that, but we have to rap after that.
You're a pro. You're a pro. That's why we love you.
My goodness. But let me tell you guys, I, for one, am just so thankful for each and every one of you watching. I'm thankful for you, Erica. Thankful for you, Emma. Just everybody who has supported We Need to Talk Now all season long. AT&T, we got to give you a shout out. Thank you so much. And it's been a fantastic year. Personally, I mean, there's been some challenges, but it's been a fantastic year in the world of sports. It's been a fantastic year right here at We Need to Talk Now. And, we're wishing every single one of you the most amazing holiday that you can have and the best start to the new year that is on the way. So happy holidays. Happy New Year. We're going to be sitting here with our antlers. You know what I'm saying? And doing the dang thing for the holidays.
Let's go.
Being cute, being holiday cute. And and make sure that you tune in, because we're going to be live next Monday. We have, we're going to be talking all about the year. We're going to be getting your comments, doing all of the things to bring in this new year of sports. So make sure you tune in. But we just wanted to wish everyone happy holiday and happy new year. And we'll see you live right here on We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T on Monday. And we will catch you on that next show. Happy holidays and happy new year.